We are live. We are back. Diggy. Even though.
Can I not hear that again? I won't be able to hear the sound.
Hear what?
The sound.
First of all, I can't even hear me, which is a problem.
I can hear you really good.
Okay, good. Actually, that's why. Wrong ear. Sennheiser, if you're listening, I need you all to fix, or not fix, but my headphones seem to be not working on the left side, so I need a sponsor. We need a sponsor, people. All right, welcome back to another episode of Mom and Son. What's going on? It's your boy Devo.
Official word chick, a.k.a. Mama. I think I'm going to just stop saying a.k.a. official word chick. I'm just going to say it's Mama.
Sure. Yeah, man. Welcome back to another episode, another podcast. Mom and son duo here. We've been looking at some very interesting articles that have kind of been trending on socials and stuff. And one of them, I guess we could talk about immediately is, well, I guess we'll talk into the topic we'll talk about the topic you mentioned before, which was the recalling food.
Yes, there is a recalling on food.
Now this, mind you, let's just be clear, because some people might be listening to this as well a little later than the original post date. So this is currently May 8th. So this is about the first week of May 2023. And what are you saying they're recalling?
Okay, so online, I found there are 6 food items have been recalled across Canada. So check your groceries. So the first one is parsley. Sorry, parsley. I know it's just scrolling.
And then what else? All right. Well,
cheesy. So sorry. So we're gonna start again.
Okay.
Okay. So there's curly parsley.
Okay.
Cheesy pizza rolls.
Okay.
Fresh frozen raw white shrimp. Certain oysters, which is you're gonna be like.
I know my favorite.
Oysters. And
but from where? Like you just said certain.
Coconut curry cauliflower bowl.
Is this by like companies
Angus
like Grace?
Burgers.
And what?
Angus beef burgers.
From?
So reason for the recall for Angus beef burgers is M&M Food Market brand Angus burgers recalled due to undeclared gluten and wheat, Health Canada said.
Wait, what? Okay, well. My mom is just okay, recall reasons. M&M Food Market brand Angus beef burgers recalled due to undeclared gluten and wheat. Obviously, there was more information that you did not.
No, I know, but you have to. I can tell you where to find information.
Yeah, where could people source that?
You can source that on mtlblog.com. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on, so
that's okay. Well, moving forward, we will make sure that we source and make sure, but that's okay, cool. So that's coming from them.
It's from mtlblog.com.
Sweet. That's Montreal?
Yeah, it's Montreal.
Nice. And is it being recalled across Canada?
All across Canada.
Nice.
It's all across Canada.
Wow. Well, that's unfortunate if you guys like eating any of those items.
See, it's right here. And we could also put that in the link where they can find that information.
Yeah, we'll have it on our socials and stuff. You guys could check out on our Twitter or our Instagram page. TikTok will obviously be talking about it. But yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, first of all,
I'm shocked about the Angus burgers, especially how it's getting
from
ready
M&M.
for I know. M&M used to be like a really legit food place.
Undeclared gluten and wheat. That's crazy.
So what does that mean, undeclared? They're not declaring it as a part of their...
I'm guessing it's just not, whatever they're using for gluten/wheat is questionable.
Oh, they're not declaring probably what they're really using.
Exactly. So it might not be wheat. like 100% wheat. It could be something completely different,
Yeah.
which is insane.
I love Angus burgers, especially for, the time now for barbecuing. The weather's nice and
Fair.
everybody loves their burgers. And Angus burger?
I've been trying to go vegan, so I'm
know.
pescatarian now. I guess it doesn't really. What gets me is the oysters.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I
And where? Like, what type of oysters? Are we talking Nova Scotia? Are we talking New Brunswick? Newfoundland?
I know. It's like, where?
Are we talking BC? Recalled item, oysters, 15-pound, harvested by GNB Shellfish from Lot 305 East, Milford.
Oh, that's Milford, Ontario.
Yeah. Recall reasons, certain oysters recalled due to important harvest authorization. No, sorry, due to improper harvest.
Wow, that means they're probably stealing the oysters.
Well,
because improper harvest, right? That means harvesting is you're collecting it. It's like, when you're going and you're taking the diamonds from other people's country.
fair, but I don't know if it's necessarily that. I think.
Well, it could be.
Wait, what did they say? Recall. Harvest authorization.
Harvest is when you're reaping. Harvest is when you plant and then you
Yeah,
harvest.
but improper. Harvest authorization.
I guess
So,
you have to have authorization to harvest.
Yeah, because there are, I don't know if you know this, but there's seasons when you could actually catch fish, I guess, and collect oysters and crab season and all that stuff. So if you're doing it illegally or outside of that, or maybe harvesting them too young, like it's just there's a.
And I'm sure there's a lot, there's obviously more to it.
That's insane though.
I know.
Man, I love oysters.
I know you do.
Well, this now just told you to go vegan.
So
Eat your greens,
but
people.
Where are they coming from?
It depends. Like you can get oysters anywhere on the Atlantic, Pacific Ocean. They're really good in the Atlantic. You could like taste the like sea salt when you're like, you've never been to Halifax, you should go. Halifax is awesome. Shout out to Halifax, Nova Scotia, on the East Coast. It's really nice out there. I think you'd really enjoy it. So let's try this product that we got.
Yes.
We want to give a big shout out to Jote. Jote is a cannabis cannabis company. And I'm sure you guys know Mama Dukes and I try cannabis products, and obviously there are health benefits to cannabis if you understand and know how it works. There's two elements essentially to cannabis, right? There's the THC, which is kind of like the party town vibe element of cannabis, and then there's the CBD. Get closer to
CBD.
There you go. See, you sound way more clear.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yes, I can. Jote is a really cool, Jote, I should say, is a really cool company. They have a dispenser that has THC product in the dispenser. So I believe they turned it on here. See?
I don't see the light. What color is the light?
There's no light. It's just, there's like,
I don't know what I was looking at.
There's a mini screen here.
Oh, there's a screen?
Yeah, that shows you how much.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Hey, I'm taking that with me.
I know, don't worry. I'll get mine. I'll pick mine up. Shout out to the squad who found mine because So anyways, we're just going to pour it in here 5 times. You have to hold it. I know. It's actually telling me to close it, but I actually want to use it. 5. Dang.
That was like 8.
No, I don't know how much I put
drops.
in. I know. You want as much?
Yeah.
All right, so just
I'll
hold it over.
So I'm going to move my mic, sorry.
It's okay. But no. Yeah. And then hold it and then keep it over. There you go. All right, so cheers. So this is like a fun THC product.
Cheers.
And we're going to try it and obviously, enjoy it. Ooh, I like with the juice. You could actually taste it. You could taste it. Tastes good though.
Yeah, it tastes really good in the drink.
Yeah.
It's a good mixture. Just to blend with any type of drink or.
What's that? Is it the Yeah, I want you to I want you to close it.
How do you go at the bottom?
Yeah.
Well, your ears is sensitive.
I know, because I'm like, what the hell was that?
I didn't even realize it.
I know.
It actually vibrates when you need to close it. It's like, when you go to a
reminds you to turn it
restaurant
off,
and you're waiting for a seat and they give you those vibrating.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, that's cool. It's smart because
Very smart.
Sometimes you'll forget to close it.
And then it's liquid, so it'll come out.
Exactly. You don't want to waste. So
that was this is a really good product.
Yeah, that's fun. We tried it. It was really fun. Use it at your own, what do they say?
Discretion.
Yeah. Use it use it at your own discretion. What did I want to talk about? There was something that, oh yes. Okay. AI.
Yeah. It was AI you were talking about.
I
know.
Is taking jobs. Your job is at risk.
No, but it's so real because a lot of people are talking about that it is starting to, it's the future right now.
It is. It's the now. It's not even the future. It's like
it is now.
It's happening with or without anybody. And I've even started to use it to my advantage, however I can to run my business more efficiently.
Yeah.
Because, there was a day in time, there was a moment in time, and I'm glad when you think about it, it was short. It was like maybe 10 years of having to do everything yourself.
Yeah.
And now this is why what's going to get important now is how you set up. It's not about what you're setting up. And I know right now, for example, I could use what I got here. Probably, I'll fiddle with Adobe and use some of the AI software to help edit with this, right? But I'm excited now because there was a time where creators had to really be the everything. Even when I was teaching you a little bit, like how to edit, and
I know.
I'm like, you might have to get this. But now, thankfully, literally like in a calendar year, mind you, this is like 10 years in the making, but like in a calendar year, now AI is like a thing.
Right.
It's editing everything you touch. I don't know. It's making life easier now. Do your own research. That's what I'll say. Do your own research
because it's still developing.
It is, but it's gonna. I'm telling you, it's if you don't catch up now and don't know, there's just almost no excuse.
From when you've been telling me about this is not every time you tell me something about especially about technology, it really does happen. Like you told me about this AI from long time. I remember you told me about TikTok. You're like, Devontae, should I get on TikTok? He's like no.
I was like, no, honestly,
because it was that addicting, right?
I'm like, you're gonna get addicted to this.
I know, and then now you look at TikTok, it's
it's grown.
It's grown, and now this AI, and you were telling me this from last year, mommy. AI,
man. Yeah, AI is gonna. And ChatGPT was just the beginning, Now, and what's scary now, because actually I did see an article. So there's going to be an AI battle, I think, between Sony and Universal, the labels. And remember, for a lot of their artists, they own their name and likelihood and voice. So I'm sure that it's going to be nuts. Like labels will be able to have AI.
No way.
Mimic their own artists with it's crazy.
Wow.
Well, think about it. It's a label.
But I was seeing Tim Cook's, is it?
Okay.
It was
Apple?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were saying that
are they gonna finally implement?
No, but he was just saying that there is a danger side to it.
Of course there is.
So it's just really, it's like what you said, do your research on it.
I think here's the thing.
But what would the danger be though?
I think the danger's already happened, man.
Really?
I feel like AI's. I wouldn't be
like with the job situation.
Well, jobs is one thing. I think AI out here to really control.
Yeah.
I don't.
Because like, who is AI? It's one of those Matrix things. It's like it's not
who. It's just it's computing, but like just, think of it like, they say we only use 10% of our brain, right? Imagine understanding how to use 100% of your brain. That's what AI is. It's like quantum thinking and computing. And I think it's actually I think it can be very useful. I mean, it's funny now that there's so much backlash to it, but one thing that it's funny because I did see an article recently about AI being able to detect cancer cells at like way early, super early. Yeah.
Wow.
But now you start to dig into the pockets of pharmaceutical companies.
Right, exactly.
So now it's a bad thing. So now there's like propaganda towards it. And there are some worries, I feel. I mean, it's a danger to certain jobs. Sure. I've always said, though, you got to be in business for yourself. Find what you love and use social media and use these tools as use them to your advantage and use them as tools. And, I think when you start relying on these tools is when things start getting a little...
When you start to take out the humanness or that human type of... Because I still believe that... So now, is the AI smarter than a human?
It is. Long time.
Now, is that possible?
Yes. Very.
Who said that? Who says it's possible?
AI.
I know, right?
Okay, so like, let me give you an
because
example.
I mean, our brain, I think what I would be more concerned is your creativity. I think that your creativity should still be there. I think with AI, it could take away the creativity of a person and what we like to see. Like for me, for instance, you see certain images or whatever, and now it's like a different type of... Like with AI, it's going to be like really... it's going to be...
Thank you so much for tuning in.
It's going to be really...
Mom and Son Podcast.
It's going to be different. Like,
well, here's the thing. I understand where you're coming from in terms of like...
maybe just generational, like, as you know...
No, I have my own concerns about AI, but I think I understand where AI can go, and I always suggest use these tools to your advantage. And you're right. I don't think it should take any creativity out of any person. I think it should enhance your creative ability. And I mean, for me, it's been able to enhance some of my creative ability and thinking of things that I typically wouldn't think of. So again, think about using 100% of your brain, right? Like I think I use the left side of my brain because I'm creative, and some people use the right side, or I don't know how. I think it might be opposite, but there's one side of your brain where it's really creative, and then the other side is more analytical, more factual, likes to read and all that stuff. But I'm a visual person. Now, with that said, I've had to learn how to become a producer or learn how to produce, right? But now I could ask AI, I could ask it, give me suggestions or topics, or give me bullet points to start a successful video from a producer's point of view.
Right.
I could ask it that, and it will give me, it will obviously go through. Now you could even, it's attached to online. So now it could source online in seconds through millions, if not, millions of sites where some of the best producers have quoted how to start a video and like put it in point form for you in like seconds. I could say,
who started AI?
I don't know who started it per se. I think it was just a collaborative effort of a bunch of like, nerds that just got together and just created this. It's where our future was always going to go. And I think AI is something that we've had once before. I just think we're tapping back into it in this lifetime, right? So I think AI will help a lot of people who use it appropriately and use it to their advantage. And I also know that it's going to take a lot of jobs for sure. I mean,
I was reading an article. I was saying it's so funny because with this AI, you're seeing a lot more articles now on it, and it was talking about like for sure jobs that will be affected by it.
which were?
I just
Oh, you just
I
skimmed
did
over
yeah
it.
I just skimmed over it because
I'm telling you, I know. But you know what's crazy? The universe is trying to tell you.
I know it's trying to show
And
me
if you
the
don't-
sign. I know.
Yeah, it's that's crazy. I mean, I honestly think, you know, you could use AI to your advantage, and there could be good out of it. I don't think
Yeah.
it has to be this scary.
No, I don't think it's a scary thing. I think it's I think you just have to I think growing and changing is good and moving on and evolving and
Exactly.
it's
If you're not
good.
growing, you're dying, right? So we
Exactly.
gotta use it to our advantage.
so I'm just seeing if I can skim and find it. If I
Nah, it's
can't
okay.
find it, I can't.
I'm not even worried about it.
No, okay.
We'll figure it out. But that's insane. I'm excited for where AI could go. Let us know in the comments or wherever you're listening to this, or if you see this bit on socials. Let us know what you think about AI. I love it. I think it's going to be a tool.
I like it. I honestly like it too.
Right?
To
Yeah.
be honest, I've used it a couple of times. I'm still getting myself familiar with it and learning and about it and stuff. But from what I've used so far, I've actually
Yeah.
some
It's
of
good.
my ideas. Yeah.
No, it's crazy. It should make some lives easier, and if you use it to your advantage, I think it'll be okay. And this is where I would highly recommend, like, try to explore what you like doing. I feel like this is a little repetitive, but nah, man, it's fresh. It's like, you know, you just want to keep growing and getting better in what you're doing. I'm excited to see what the there's a whole bunch of things I'm constantly seeing online. One with the housing market here.
Oh my gosh! They just said there's another article that said that the young people they're fed up. They're like
Of course, we're
over
over it.
owning a house now. They're not even interested.
No.
Because to be honest with you,
What's the point? What is the point? And anyone
for
like
what you have to put down for a house, it's ridiculous. Number one, it's almost borderline unattainable.
I know, you can't. You can't.
even to put down a percentage.
you
Like
can't. Nah, it's tough.
yeah,
Like
it's tough.
it's, you know, living in this city, in this country isn't easy. And you know, yeah, you have to have, I mean, you were talking about this years ago. You know, back in the
Back in
business
the
days.
days.
But you know, you're going to almost have to be averaging $1 million
Yeah.
just to live.
Just to live.
No one ever thought that it would get there, but
No.
like, think about it. Like, it's funny. I saw some, not even articles. These are like actual, like, you have to be making at least, they want you to be making $200,000 a year to qualify for a 1+ den in Toronto.
Oh my gosh, that's absolutely ridiculous.
Like, well, even when I was looking for places, you have
Yeah.
to be averaging, like, they say if you're not hitting like 150, I'm like, who the hell
I know has that
in the
and is
entire
doing that
city?
exactly.
Sure, there
And
are people that make money, but like,
maybe,
come on, y'all.
Yeah, people that have maybe invested and they're already at the retirement age where they can afford that. But these Gen Z and even my generation, it's
Yeah.
hard to own a home.
How right? Yeah, exactly. Right now,
Yeah, it's really hard.
that's crazy.
And owning a home, people just think that it's, oh yeah, you get a house. No, there's so much
I
more
know-
to owning
I
a
know.
home. It's
People
not
don't
just like get a
realize.
house and everything's exciting.
Nah, man.
No way.
Man, it's funny because I remember I remember like, okay, like, no shade to anybody who owns a home, because I think
Exactly.
if you have, like, if you are able to, and like, I don't know, if there's like an investment plan for yourself, and if you have something all set up, then that's good.
Yeah.
But I just, I don't know, man, I just couldn't
Just the process alone to just even
get one.
just
and then
for
you
them
get
to
one?
even look at your application.
I know.
You have to have a certain you know,
But say you get a house now, right?
exactly.
First of all, you live in Canada, so now you have to, which is, you know what's insane? Like, you're right, and I understand why people pay in condos, like you pay a maintenance fee. And I understand that because, yeah, my entrance is salted during the winter. It's shoveled during the winter.
Exactly. I don't have to divide my 10 garbage cans in color blue.
I just press a button and throw it down the goddamn chute.
That's what I do.
Throw it out.
Me too. Like, I just can't. When I had the house in Scarborough, and it was just so frustrating to
Separate everything.
separate the garbage, missing.
Miss
when
the
it's the
day.
blue bin, I put out the green bin.
And everyone's like, and then you look dumb.
And then you look so bad. The whole neighborhood is like, yeah.
Especially when they take theirs and yours is still out in the front, and you don't even want to get it. You wait until night.
I know, or you exactly.
Yeah, just wait until night. I do miss the process of like just building that house.
That was really that was
man,
fun.
that was really fun.
That was fun. It was a good experience too.
Yeah,
I think it was a great life experience, life skill.
Absolutely, and literally learning and understanding or learning all of that is like, for me, like you said, life skill, but again, very important of how much work it is to actually have and own a house. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, as much as I like doing this stuff, I'm like, I can't imagine half the people, like, people don't like doing some of this stuff. A lot of people don't like mowing the lawn.
Or shoveling the snow.
Or gardening. Or you got to clean your gutters. You got to fix the roof. You know, you have raccoons and thing that all of us want to live with.
Or mice.
Mice, you have to worry about pest control.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like
and then
outside.
Exactly.
That's outside stuff.
We haven't even touched the bills.
What bills?
We haven't even touched the bills yet. We haven't talked about, property tax.
Dang.
That you're paying.
For what?
Exactly.
To mow your own lawn?
And to shovel your own snow.
That's insane to me. And if you don't, you can get in trouble.
Exactly. Don't pay that mortgage.
No. Not even just paying the mortgage. Like, don't shovel the snow.
Oh, yeah, then they'll charge you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they'll charge you.
Legally, too. And I get that, though.
And your lawn. Like, you have to have your lawn cut, too, and neat. Now, you can't have your lawn, like, because they'll consider it an abandoned house, right? It's not an abandoned house. So I think there's a lawn law now.
Really?
Where, like, yep. I can be making
Yeah, I think you're just... Good job. Vote for my mom to be mayor one day.
Exactly.
She's just making up rules, y'all. Making up rules.
There's no law. I don't know.
No, I don't think there's like a bylaw for shovel or for mowing your lawn. I mean, it's on tardy and you'd look stupid in the neighborhood.
No, I think you do have to. I think you do.
You don't, because grandma's backyard was pretty mash up.
Yeah.
And even her front yard, unless like I was there to like mow it.
Yeah.
Remember there was a moment in time I let it grow very.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I don't think I know for sure though, when it comes to your snow, if you don't salt it at least, and because if people are dropping off mail like Amazon or stuff and they have to come to your door and they slip that's when they could sue you.
Yeah.
So, and then, the city will charge you if you don't shovel your, like,
the walkway.
The walkway. But I'm like, well, okay. But then I'm like, but I can't park there because it's public property.
Yeah. So I'm like, am I shoveling?
Right. Now that's another conversation we could have for another day. But, different places and cities and neighborhoods in the city get treated differently as well. Right. Like
wherever the money is, that's where you're getting the priority of your snow getting shoveled. So it's just like, But then again, to live in those type of cities, you got to be making a certain amount of money, right?
$200K.
Exactly. So like, where's the balance here?
There is no balance. And that's what I think, there's a bit of a bubble that's about to happen. So it's like, when does that bubble break? And, I saw a graph recently the other day of Canadians' income versus housing prices. And typically there's like this, like, it looks almost like a wave. They're going up and down. In the States right now, they're trying to get to a point where, they're making money. The average homeowner, the average homeowner or person wanting to get a home will be either making just as much money as a house.
Okay.
And they're getting back to that point. And then they showed the Canadian graph, and literally it's like the average of Canadians making money, Like, and then
How much a house is worth?
the housing market is up here. So the graph does this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it just goes straight up. And I'm like, and you know, they have the year from like 2007, from 2007 to 2023 is you see that graph and it just goes straight up. And I'm like,
that's insane.
it's ridiculous.
That's insane.
And like,
and it's like it's really like a peak. It really peaks right up.
well, it needs to drop.
I know.
So that's.
But how do you like what would cause that for, you know?
Well, just us people not buying homes.
Well, which is happening. It's
now,
happening though.
Well, and see, that's why Trudeau gave that 2-year pause on which I don't think is going to hold, which I don't think is going to help anything. But there's that 2-year ban, quote unquote ban, to people who are to foreign investors. But once, you know, they'll try to hold off for it's. You know, what's funny? It's like what they did for Haltz Renfrew.
Right.
Oh, not Haltz. What's the store shutting down now? Nordstrom. The first couple weeks, they only gave a 5% discount. Now, the strategic reason for that was they allowed the companies that sell their products in their store to buy their stuff back for 5% off.
Okay, yeah.
And then later, as the weeks and months come and it's getting closer and closer to that final closing date, now there are items in there that are 20 to 50% off.
Right now?
Yeah. So like, so now it's starting to get more and more.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So I feel like that with that, as the 2-year ban happens, later in the 2-year, just before people are like, yo, screw this, they're going to like have like a final sort of sale in terms of a drop. Like the housing market might look very appetizing.
And get the people to be able to afford.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then once everyone locks in, you open
then they're
up.
going to drop it right back up.
Well, you just open it back up to foreign investors, and then that's when things will go back up again. But it takes time. It takes a few years to kind of like go through that. So like this is our first year.
Of.
So by 2026, I feel like is a strategic way because that's when we have the World Cup here.
Oh yeah, that's coming. Oh,
so you have people.
By then that would be.
Well, think about it. People will come here. They'll see the city.
And they're really building up.
I know.
Condos. Like I don't think I've ever seen. Even our cousin that came from
New York.
Yeah, from Brooklyn. He was
Brooklyn.
Excuse me. Sorry. He was like, "Wow, you guys have a lot of condos building up in the city right now."
Well,
and everywhere you turn, it's just condos. Even going west.
Yeah.
You know where the Circus Delay was?
Yeah.
Like all that area is just completely being built up right now.
I know they have to. Well, they have to. But the city is growing. That's the reality.
True.
And.
But yes.
It's growing. We just let in 2 million people over the course of COVID.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? We just let in 2 million Canadians. And out of those 2 million Canadians, or out of those 2, well, they're really immigrants for now until they get their, but 2 million and 40% guarantee go to Toronto.
Yes.
Nearly half.
Yes. Yeah.
So we had maybe 900,000. Nah, we might have had like nearly 1 million people come here. 900,000 people. Yeah. Get to work and finish the condos.
I know.
Also finish Eglinton because Eglinton
forever. Oh my God.
Eglinton's actually horrible, man.
I'm talking about
for those who don't know.
From the beginning of Eglinton West, going to Eglinton East to Scarborough.
Now, if you don't understand context of what we're talking about, it's a street in Toronto called Eglinton, and it goes across the entire city. It takes you about, say, 45 to 50 minutes if you were to drive with no traffic.
Which is never.
Yeah.
So it'll take
you
longer.
like 2 hours.
Yeah.
To be honest, but like 40 minutes in retrospect. And they've been trying to develop and finish something. I don't know what the heck they've been doing.
But have they finished the Kennedy Station, which is a subway station that's very popular in the city?
It's just in the east end. It connects the east side of Toronto. Now, what are you asking? If
they're finished because they're doing that. That's part at Kennedy and Eglinton, and they're tearing down the whole entire.
I know that. Whole
I don't know
area.
what they're building there. I don't even know.
It's gonna be a station. just going to be a station for people to be able to,
Oh.
because it's going to, remember, now you're connecting the entire city. So
Right,
this is
right.
what they should have done years ago. And now they're figuring it out now the hard way. Because, again, Toronto, I love my city. I love my country. But Canada in general is very slow when it comes to like
Innovating.
innovating and
Yeah.
like moving forward with stuff.
They
Things
would
take
for
forever.
years. Like, look how long. I think I think you were,
COVID was the best example of our country. We took everything. We got to be safe. We were the only ones. I was the only, I'll say we. When I went to Europe last year, you could tell who was coming off of an Air Canada flight.
Because everybody had their masks
Because
on
they're like,
still.
oh yeah, those are the Canadians, the ones who are still scared.
I know.
That it just makes our country look like a pansy. Like it just, we don't have, like, I don't know. It's just that was an unfortunate reality. I mean, I've seen it all I'm born and raised here, so I know how safe and cautious everyone is
Yeah.
here. Sorry, to the point where one of our biggest artists in the world named a song Sorry, and probably top 3 tracks of his catalog. But unfortunately, yeah, the country or the city now is trying to figure out how to get people to and from the east to the west, from the north to the south. Obviously, our city's growing. And and let us know your thoughts. Like, it's, I'm fortunate enough to live in the city, so like, I'm some of these things don't affect me. I know they lock off Queen Street, and I'm like, well, it is what it is there.
Yeah.
But it does suck if that's a place that you constantly travel to or across. And I don't know, man.
Everywhere in the city, like just to travel within the city, it's literally, that's why I walk everywhere, because
Fair.
I will get there faster.
Yeah.
I like just on the weekend, I walk from Bathurst Station all the way
Wow.
down. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
Good for you.
yeah,
That deserves a clap.
yeah, I love walking.
Yeah, no, walking is awesome. And now that the weather's finally getting warmer, we could now, enjoy outdoors, which is another thing. I don't understand. Like, I was just saying this the other day. Like, I don't understand why our taxes are so high.
What will they ever drop taxes?
I don't.
Because honestly, it's ridiculous. Every time I go to the store, and I get my final total, and I'm like, what is bringing up the?
It's.
Do you think they will ever drop the taxes though?
Everything will have to drop. That's the thing.
Oh.
Everything will have to drop. Food would have to drop. Like, it's a domino effect, because taxes do pay our, I think, for example, taxes allowed us to get CERB.
Yeah, now they want it.
And
now they're
we want it, but
they're
I was
wilding
like, yeah,
out. Now they're saying to
we get that
everybody,
back,
give
yo?"
it back to us. You're like,
We're
what?
like, no. You're the ones who told us to stay inside, and then did that for 2.5 years, and then
Exactly.
juked us up. No, man. Give me 2,000 more.
Right?
Like we went through a lot, man. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. I think you could sit here and make complaints, or you could try to find a solution. So, that's why I'm always here to suggest, like, starting your own business, or, finding a niche or something that you like to do, and just give yourself that, the word that I'm looking for, not diversity. Because we're talking about like multiple sources of income. So like,
Diversify.
yeah, I guess diversify your income, right?
Yeah.
Making sure that you're getting paid in many different ways as much as possible. There might even be some fun ways we share online through our socials on things we're looking at and trying. Because, like, again, we were saying, I was talking about Gary Vaynerchuk to my mom, and if you don't know who that is, he's kind of like not a motivational speaker, but he's an entrepreneur. He has a business, and he understands the importance of social media and how to capitalize off of social media. So for us, I think it's a great opportunity to, watch someone like that and learn from him and explore different things and see, I don't know, see where things go. You gotta fail, right?
Yeah.
So Anyways, do you have a quote for the day? Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back. Quote from Mama.
Yeah, I like that quote from Mama.
Right? Nice. So, still trying to find it.
Oh, I got it.
All right. You can go ahead now.
Not everyone will understand your journey. That's fine. It's not their
Okay,
journey.
hold on. You don't have to read it like that.
Then why did they cut this part out?
No, just reread it. Because you're editing anytime that I have to cut stuff out.
It's just not everyone will understand your journey. It's not their journey to make sense of. It's yours.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That means it's just embrace your journey. Sometimes you have to make some decisions that people will understand.
Fair.
And it's not for them to understand, right? It's for you to understand. So that's why it's like, just embrace your journey and don't worry what anybody else has to say.
Alrighty. Well, that was good. That was a good one. Yeah, man. Be sure to follow us. Give us, 5 stars on. I forgot to say that at the beginning. Give us 5-star rating on Apple Podcast, and Spotify. Make sure you follow us on our socials at Mom and Son Podcast. And where could they follow you? I guess separately.
They can follow me at Official Warrior Chick on all of my socials. The links are in my bio.
Nice. And same here. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening.